Are these statues?
No. These are people. They were probably followers of the god himself.
How did it come this way?
What in the world is hidden deep in this
Rise! Rise! Rise!
Look at this!
Just looks like a fancy salt holder. Seems like the guy.
According to my knowledge, it's no ordinary vessel. Although...
What? You're saying that even if I pour the salt...
Exactly.
Able to produce endless salt.
Finally. After all, I just need to pour the endless salt into 1,000 or...
Hey! How can you use a...
If Mr. Clement wants this salt chalice, then the next object...
Of course, as we agreed.
Since we have a contract...
Then let's move on, shall...
Order guide Rise!
Just a simple ruler. Does...
This, if I remember correctly...
Indeed. But when you stick this ruler in the ground, the surrounding area will become covered in salt. Much like a... The deeper it is stuck in the ground, the more salt will appear.
What? That's even better than the salt...
Well then, according to our...
No, unacceptable. And this girl has been useless...
So you are saying you want to...
So what if I break it? Let's not forget who hired...
Because you agreed, Rex Lapis once said, ones who...
That is one of your Liueg...
will suffer the wrath of the...
Quake! Stabilize! This is order! Quake! Quake! Solidify! I will have order!
I shall confiscate your You are not worthy to
Oh, darn you!
Clement's wrongdoing stemmed from greed, yes. But when people see the object of their dreams, how many are really... I think we should be honest. That in truth, not a single...
Why do you...
Miss, you lack even the most basic archaeological knowledge. and can recognize naught but a few simple relics. However, you aren't interested in archaeology or relic. I believe those legends about the god of salt that you mentioned on the Pearl Galley are past.
Okay, that's enough. Sir, you are indeed a man of great knowledge. You're right. I'm not a scholar of archaeology. I come from one of the 8 trades under the jurisdiction of Our ancestors were those protected by the god of salt all those years ago, when the Archon War engulfed the... During the war, Morax assassinated our god out of envy for her power. He left... We hate... So I seek proof of Morax. We agreed to a contract that we will face the truth head on.
Naturally, of course. Come with me.
Quake! Crumble! Rise! Stabilize! This is order! I will have order. Crumble. Solidify. I will have order. Quake. Solidify. Rise. Stabilize.
This is... Aha! It's a broken sword! This is proof! The power of this sword. If we can repair the sword, then we can show...
2 pieces of a broken sword. From an archaeological perspective, these are 2 separate relics. According...
Why? We were alternating claims to treasure.
Yes, but the only one object per claim clause still...
This logic!
When there's a contract, nothing can be allowed to slide.
No! If I only take 1/2, then it can't be repaired! And no matter what, I must be even if it breaks the contract.
So you are already decided? That is to say, you consign...
That's okay. The god of salt gave up her life to protect her. Punish me however you want.
Perhaps that punishment would be easier for her. As punishment.
Huh? The truth.
Yes. The truth that I'm afraid to say that the god of salt, Havria, rather she was a small and weak god who yielded to all other gods. When it came to during the Archon War, the gods of this world used all their strength and cunning, but Havria instead chose to flee. She thought that by giving up before a fight could start. However, during such a long war, there is no after making countless concessions, Havria lost all of her lands. And in her last days, she had not even a
single blade.
This sword is not a relic belonging to the god of salt, but is
Murder weapon? No! That's not true! That can't be true! You're trying to test my faith in the god of salt.
As I said before.
Preposterous!
Indeed. Otherwise, why would I use the truth as punishment? I did not want to tell her such cruel facts. But the contract was broken. Let's follow her deeper into the ruin. There, I fear. Salt. And betrayal.
What are all these? What did they see? What?
Since you do not trust me, let us continue onward. That which lies beyond this door. This is the scene of the crime. Havria's body dissipated, leaving nothing but these traces of salt. The story continues that some among her people realized at last that this gentle, kind, but the Archon War was cruel in the extreme. Instead of consigning her to the agony of defeat, they thought perhaps it would be better to give. No matter how weak the god, the power that flows forth when they are slain, those who could not flee, those of her people who were untouched by this disaster left for Liyue, where they sought refuge with Rex Lapis. Their descendants feared Havria's remnants and lived in terror that she had laid upon them an eternity. So they risked their lives to come here, to break the sword and offer up obeisances in hopes that her anger, but they need not have done so. For how could a god who had never once—
This must be a lie! Don't you dare try to—
This is the price she must pay. Judging by how she appeared, I fear that she will struggle for a time. But even if she may not escape that struggle immediately, simply recognizing the truth is good enough for now. No, indeed. How sharp of you. Yet faith in a god who has already passed will do you no good. So it is for Havria. And so it is. All right then. Now, treading old ground, one cannot help but be reminded of old acquaintances.